Everyone is talking about the cast shakeup in the Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 17 trailer. Nobody is talking about what happened at timestamp 1 minute and 43 seconds when two housewives exchanged a look that reveals the biggest love triangle scandal Bravo tried to bury. And when I show you, you're going to rewatch that entire trailer frame by frame. Give me the next 12 minutes. I promise you won't regret it. In the next 12 minutes, you're going to find out exactly what love triangle is hiding in plain sight in the RHOA Season 17 trailer, which 3 people are involved, and why Bravo is trying to downplay it, what the timeline reveals about when this all went down, and why this could be the most explosive storyline of the season if it actually makes it to air. If you're a Real Housewives fan, especially RHOA, you need to stay until the end because what I'm about to break down changes the entire narrative of what we thought Season 17 was going to be about. Now, before we get into the detective work, let me just say, Real Housewives of Atlanta has always been the flagship franchise. This is the show that gave us iconic moments, legendary feuds, and drama that other franchises wish they could replicate. But the last few seasons have been hit or miss. Ratings dropped, fan favorites left, new cast members didn't click with audiences. So, Season 17 is being positioned as a comeback season. New energy, new drama, new scandals. And based on what's hidden in that trailer, they might actually deliver. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Spill TV, where we break down all the Bravo tea and reality TV secrets the networks don't want you to know about. If you love deep dives, conspiracy theories, and catching the details everyone else misses, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We cover Real Housewives, Vanderpump Rules, Southern Charm, all of it. And we're about to expose something Bravo thought they buried successfully. Let's get into it. All right, so the Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 17 trailer dropped about a week ago, and it got millions of views. People were excited to see who's returning, who's new, what the drama looks like. On the surface, it's your typical Housewives trailer. Lavish parties, designer outfits, women screaming at each other over dinner, tears, accusations, all the things we expect. But if you watch closely, and I mean really closely, there's a storyline Bravo is intentionally hiding that involves a love triangle between 3 people connected to the cast. Let me set this up properly because context matters. This season, we have a mix of returning housewives and new additions. Kenya Moore is back, Portia Williams is back in a friend role. We have 2 brand new full-time housewives named Brittany and Marlo, who are both connected to the Atlanta social scene. And then there's a gentleman who appears multiple times in the trailer, but is never named or identified. That right there is your first clue that something is being hidden. This mystery man shows up in at least 4 different scenes in the trailer. He's at a group dinner, he's at a party, he's in the background of a confrontation between 2 of the housewives, and in one very brief shot, he's holding hands with someone off camera. Bravo didn't label him as anyone's husband or boyfriend. They didn't give him a name tag like they usually do with significant others. He's just there. And that's intentional. But wait, it gets so much worse. Stay with me. Now here's where it gets messy. If you go on social media and do some digging, specifically Instagram and Twitter from about 6 months ago, there are posts and receipts that suggest this man was dating one of the new housewives, Brittany, up until very recently. They were seen together at events, they posted photos together. People who know them in Atlanta were commenting on their relationship. It seemed serious. But then around the time filming for Season 17 started, all of those posts disappeared. Deleted, scrubbed from the internet, and Brittany stopped mentioning him completely. At the same time, the other new housewife, Marlo, started being seen with the same man. Different events, different photos, same guy. And people in the Atlanta social scene started whispering that Marlo and this man were getting close. Too close. Close enough that it was causing tension between Brittany and Marlo before filming even officially began. Now go back to the trailer. At timestamp 1 minute and 43 seconds, there's a scene at a dinner party. Brittany is sitting on one side of the table, Marlo is sitting on the other side, and the mystery man is sitting next to Marlo. The camera cuts to Brittany's face, and she is staring daggers at them. Not just a casual glance, a full-on death stare. And then the camera cuts to Marlo, who smirks and leans closer to the man. That entire exchange lasts maybe 3 seconds, but it tells you everything you need to know. There is history. There is tension. There is a love triangle. Okay, I need you to focus because this part changes everything we thought we knew. Here's why Bravo is burying this storyline in the trailer. According to multiple sources, this love triangle was supposed to be a major plot point for season 17. It was going to be the central drama between the two new housewives. Brittany was going to accuse Marlo of going after her man. Marlo was going to say the relationship was already over. The man was going to be caught in the middle. Classic housewives mess. But somewhere during production, someone decided this storyline was too messy or too risky to highlight in the marketing. Some people are speculating that the man involved didn't want to be a main character in the drama. Maybe he threatened legal action if they made him the focus. Maybe he has a reputation or a business he's trying to protect. And being known as the guy in a housewife's love triangle wasn't the look. So Bravo agreed to downplay it in the trailer and in the promotional material. But they can't edit him out of the season completely because he's in too many scenes. So he's still there, just not named, not acknowledged, edited around. Other people think Brittany or Marlo had the storyline toned down because they didn't want to come across a certain way in their first season. Being introduced to the audience as the woman fighting over a man is not the best first impression, especially when you're trying to establish yourself as a boss, as someone independent and successful. So maybe one or both of them pushed back and said, "We need a different narrative for our intro season. We can bring the love triangle drama later, but not right now." Either way, the result is the same. The trailer barely touches on it. Most viewers won't even notice. But the fans who pay attention, the ones who went digging, we see it. And we know it's going to be addressed at some point during the season, even if Bravo is pretending it's not a big deal right now. And I haven't even gotten to the part that broke the internet yet. There's a scene later in the trailer where Brittany and Marlo are face-to-face at what looks like a charity event. Brittany says something along the lines of, "You knew exactly what you were doing, and you did it anyway." And Marlo responds with, "I don't owe you any explanations about my personal life." Now, in the context of the trailer, that exchange seems vague. It could be about anything: business, friendship, social circles. But if you know about the love triangle, that conversation takes on a completely different meaning. Brittany is clearly talking about the man, and Marlo is clearly dismissing her. The fan theories are already going wild. Some people think the man is going to choose Marlo, and Brittany is going to spiral and become the emotional wreck of the season. Some people think the man is playing both of them, and they're both going to get burned. Some people think this is all producer-driven, and the relationships were never real to begin with, just manufactured for the show. Every theory is on the table, and nobody knows for sure what the truth is because Bravo is keeping it locked down. What we do know is that by mid-season, this is going to come to a head. There's no way you can have two housewives involved with the same man and not have it explode at some point. Whether it's at a group trip, at a reunion, or in a one-on-one confrontation, it's coming. And when it does, it's going to be the moment everyone talks about. Now let's talk about how this affects the rest of the season. If the love triangle becomes public knowledge among the cast, it's going to create division. Some of the housewives are going to side with Brittany and say Marlo crossed a line. Some are going to side with Marlo and say Brittany needs to let it go. And some are going to stay neutral and just watch the chaos unfold. That division is going to carry into every other storyline, every argument, every alliance. Because once you pick a side in Housewives drama, it defines your whole season. Kenya Moore, who's a veteran of this franchise, is probably going to insert herself into the situation at some point. That's what she does. She sees an opportunity for a moment, and she takes it. I can already see her at a dinner table saying something shady like, Well, I would never go after a friend's man, but that's just me. And then all hell breaks loose. Portia might chime in too, especially if she's friends with one of the new girls. The OGs love getting involved in newbie drama because it keeps them relevant. We are not even at the craziest part yet. Keep watching. Here's what I think is going to happen. I think the first few episodes are going to focus on introducing Brittany and Marlo as successful, independent women. We're going to see their businesses, their homes, their lifestyles. Bravo is going to build them up as strong personalities. And then, around episode 4 or 5, the love triangle is going to be introduced. Someone is going to bring it up. Maybe it's another housewife who heard rumors. Maybe it's the man himself who shows up and causes tension. However it happens, it's going to shift the entire energy of the season. From that point forward, every interaction between Brittany and Marlo is going to be layered with subtext. Every shady comment is going to be analyzed. Every social media post is going to be dissected. And by the time we get to the reunion, Andy Cohen is going to have a field day asking questions and showing receipts and making both of them squirm. That's going to be must-watch television. I also think this storyline is going to carry into season 18 if both Brittany and Marlo get asked back. Because love triangle drama doesn't just resolve in one season. There's always lingering resentment. There's always unfinished business. And if the man is still in the picture in any capacity, it's going to keep fueling the fire. Social media reaction to this theory has been mixed. Some fans are saying this is exactly the kind of messy drama RHOA needs to get back to its roots. Some fans are saying love triangles are overdone, and they want to see businesswomen thriving, not fighting over men. Some fans are saying if this is true, Bravo messed up by not making it the centerpiece of the season because it's more interesting than half the other storylines in the trailer. All valid opinions, and the debate is healthy because it means people care. Tell me in the comments, do you think this love triangle is real, or do you think it's producer-driven drama for the cameras? And if it is real, who do you think is more in the wrong? Brittany for being mad, or Marlo for allegedly going after her friend's man? I genuinely want to know where everyone stands because this is the kind of mess that divides fan bases. All right, let me wrap this up for you. The Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 17 trailer has a hidden love triangle storyline involving two new housewives, Brittany and Marlo, and a mystery man Bravo refuses to name. The receipts from social media suggest he dated Brittany and then got involved with Marlo. The trailer shows tension between them but doesn't explicitly address it. Bravo is burying the storyline for now, but it's going to explode at some point during the season. And when it does, it's going to be the defining moment of RHOA Season 17. If you want episode-by-episode breakdowns of RHOA Season 17 when it premieres, make sure you're subscribed to Spill TV because we're covering every scandal, every fight, and every messy moment. Hit that like button if you love deep dive breakdowns like this. And drop your theories in the comments because I love reading what you all think is going to happen. This is Spill TV, and we just exposed the love triangle Bravo tried to bury.